Good morning, YouTube. This is man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bourbon Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, this is we have an upcoming weekend, and it's a big weekend. And tomorrow we're the start of one of the biggest shows around for female bodybuilding. Also, one of the biggest shows over in Europe, and that is the Romanian Musclefest. Now, the Romanian Musclefest also is a NPC show, which we have the Romanian Worldwide NPC Show, which is the Musclefest also. It's been around for a good, I will say about 5 or 6 years, and it's a show that's promoted by Lena Popa. Lena's originally from Romania, and she created a show I think it was a show that she created really for women bodybuilding to have a platform, because there were so few shows. And it's good that we still have that show. As you know, if you notice, we have lost a few, and I'm going to talk about some issues later on, maybe when I do my next live stream. But anyway, this is a show that I follow, and particularly, I'm a fan of this show because, like I said, it's one of the few shows that still promotes women in bodybuilding. So anyway, I found this out when somebody dropped me. As you know, I am, I am called Lord of the Wall, King of the North, by my dear friend, Mr. Dennis Espinoza. He is the hand of the king, and he gave me that title. And as a Lord of the Wall, often I have ravens, and they bring me little, messages every now and then. And one of my little ravens dropped this message when I found out about the coming of the show. And don't mind that, it's just my message. And this was from a post from the Female Body channel. I follow AJ and JB, watch their shows. Just watched the video about the Ryzen they talked about last night. And they was mentioned that, who's to be part of the show, and they're very happy about the show because they're over there. They can go see the show because it's a lot easier for them since they live over in Europe. Now, it's just go like this. The Romanian Musclefest Pro is this weekend, and this will be one of the absolute best lineups this season. We have the People's Champion, the People's Champion, the Russian super athlete, Anastasia Kobaleva, and she has tremendous improvements once again. As we saw her at the guest posing, she did guest posing, was it about, I think about a month ago, her and a couple of ladies, and definitely of the heavy favorite to win. Then into the biggest and most muscular athlete at the Rising Phoenix, and that is Irene Anderson. Irene, who won this event, as she has to win this event because she don't have enough points to make it because she'd be short on points. Two absolute biggest active athletes are facing off in Romania. Then last weekend, champion Miss AB, I call her, she's from Brazil. She just won the European Championship, is coming on fire and to try to win 2 pro shows in a row and establish herself as a top contender at the Olympia. Also, Vizina Chancez, who also placed one spot lower than Irene at the Rising Phoenix, is a former Romanian champion. She has to win this show to make the Olympia, and she has all the tools to do it. And just this, one person whose name I do not speak is there. She's going to because she's already has points to qualify for the Olympics, so she's there to collect more points. We also have the debut of Women's Strength Ambassador Josessa Alafici, from Sweden. She's also from Sweden, like the big Swede herself, Irene. The final moment fans of Josessa is here. The return of European bodybuilding legend Jay Fuchs. I've talked about this before. Jay Fuchs is doing this show. And you know what? Jay Fuchs should have done the Roper show. She probably would have done pretty good at that show. Make her debut. Instead of just trying to do this show, she should have done the other show too. Test water. It's happening, and she has the tools to do major damage. Now, the female body channel was impressed with the hard and dense physique of Vanessa Lauria, I think it is, that's the name. I'm sorry, I mispronounced her name, in Spain, and she is excited to see if she can get better looks from the judges in Romania. Add in another 8 athletes, we have the list, and we will be on it, the greatest, if not greatest regular show of the season in women's bodybuilding, #muscle, meaning that we have a good lineup here. This is probably the largest lineup since the Rising, it actually ties with the Horizon. It's 16 ladies here. Now I feel like there could be a couple of more, but you know how it is. You know, travel to Europe is costs a good chunk of change, and then you know, like I remember my dear friend Miss Tanisha Williams. I'm sorry, why did I say Tanisha Williams? Tisha Thomas. She gonna piss me. I'm pissed off by Carla Williams. Tisha, she competed about a few years ago, and I remember when that was part of her documentary. You know, I'm Tigress, how she got a little sick, jet lag. And I think for a lot of competitors, if you're going to travel that far and that long, it's best to try to maybe go a day or two ahead of the show, so you can get yourself, immaculated to the environment and also to shake off those that jet lag. So anyway, so we got 16 ladies representing women's bodybuilding. This is a deep list here, As you know, this is the last show for Olympic qualification. Now, there was another show. It used to be, it was a Big Man Weekend, but that show was dropped. I know I saw it in the lineup. It wasn't on there anymore. So wait a minute, they lost another show? It's like, damn, it's been a tough year for women's bodybuilding. Short numbers of competitors and so few shows. And it's just, but still, it's a little bit better than it was, I would say, 10 years ago. But anyway, we have, like I said, starting off, the young Swede, Josefa Araji, if I get a name wrong, but Josefa, she turned pro, I think, around about 2021. And this is going to be her first bodybuilding show. And she's impressive. She's young. And that's the thing about this. It's these young competitors that's still fueling bodybuilders. She could have done physique. But I think she decided that she was growing, development, and I think she wanted to do this division. So we expect her. We have here the big sweet herself, a legend. A lady who, like I said again, I'm going to keep saying this. I got to meet at Savannah. This show in Savannah, I got to meet her. I just ran into her. I just can't forget about it. But anyway, that is Irene Anderson. Irene just did the Romanian. She took 6th place at the show. And Irene has 11 points because she took 2nd. No, actually 5th at the Olympia. But then she took, this is why I have an issue with. I'm not sure they updated it yet, or it's just she didn't get no points from the Rising, because I know you get 10 points. It's a 10-point show. Now with the top 4 competitors, really the top 3 competitors don't need points. That's Andrea, Mela, and Michaela, because they already qualified for the Olympia. Now I know Leah Denny had got 8 points because she went up to 11 from 3, and Mona went to 9 because she got 7 points because she took 5th place. So it should be 6 points that how many points to get? She's supposed to be 17, but she's still 11. I don't know what's going on. Those points show. I just don't understand that. Anyway, we had the one whose name I did not speak, who just did a show in Spain. Now she has 19 points. So if she gets any more points or win this show, oh no, there's gonna be some shit flying. Oh, there's gonna be some clenched jaws if she goes to Olympia. She had qualification last year. Instead, she put her nose in somebody else's business instead of focusing on her Olympia debut. So but I don't know. I'm still wondering how. But like I said, this thing is, she did commit a crime, yes, and then there's an all-forgiving mentality. But the fact is, it's just some things you just can't really forgive, especially dealing with children. Now we have here the lovely Jay Fuchs. We have not seen Jay Fuchs since 2018. Now I remember she did Chicago. She took 3rd of that show. I was pissed off. I love Jay Fuchs. I love her physique. I talked to her a few times on social media. She looked great. Her look has changed, but her physique she has put a lot of size. And that's why I said she should have done a show in Spain and see how she does first. Test the waters. We hadn't competed in almost 4 years, and that'd been a great show to test to see how your presentation and physique will work. I mean, that would have been a better show to do. Test it out. I didn't do Romania. But like I said, it'd be great to see her again and see how she looks on stage. Here is Chris Coy. And Chris is going to be her 2nd show. She does a lot of shows overseas where she lives. She lives in Florida. So I'm surprised she didn't do shows like Tampa, or maybe Atlanta, or other shows. I mean, she's from Spain, but I think she still have her European citizenship, so she can go back and forth a lot easier than most Americans can, because visa issues like that. But she should have done more shows here in the States. I think she would do pretty good. We have also here is a young lady who just made her pro debut at the Europa show. That's Marina Garria. If I get her name wrong, she's from Colombia. She looks young. She has a lot of potential. This is a lady who competed last year 2 shows. She's from Russia, but she's moved out of Russia. She's in another place called the UAE. I think it's United Arab, Arabic Nations or something like that, I believe. So she possibly run by Dubai or something like that. And this is Miss Victoria Kiznish, and she competed at Omaha last year and at uh the the Norfolk show, not Savannah, it's Norfolk. And I remember this is why I mentioned she stepped up at Omaha when they didn't have that many competitors. So much respect to her. We have here the big, possibly one of the biggest prospects to possibly win the show. She has competed in the show two times in her career. She made her pro she earned her pro card at the show, and that is Anastasia Kabaleva. And she's pretty impressive. I even saw her on social media on my old IG account. And I told her to do the show in Europa. She should also do a show in Europa. Test the waters. That's all I said. Like, sometimes you should test the waters, see how you do. The shows are only a week apart, And then if you get points, because she already has points from the last year's Romania, and if she gets points from this show, she can probably qualify. It's all depending on how far she gets up. She has to at least get second place. And and if she doesn't show it in Spain, she might have possibly qualified for the Olympia this year. Here is Vanessa Aloria, and she is from Spain. She competed. This is the one that AJ talked about. She's pretty impressive, great physique. We have here is Tooks McCauley from England, from Great Britain. And Tooks, I follow her on social media. She's a mom, she's a grandma. I did a comparison with her and my dear friend, Miss Tana Huey. And, she's competed in Romania before, and this is going to be, I think, her second or third time. We have here the lovely Spaniard herself, the lovely Miss Virginia Sanchez. And she's won the show 2 years ago, competing the last 2 or 3 years. She placed 7 at the Rising Phoenix. And I wonder, I didn't see her on the point scale. So I think we must cut off the points at 5th place. Because if, like I said again, the show is 10 points for the Rising Phoenix. And after that, you keep having points. So she should have 6, as like Irene should have 7. So she has to win this show. She has no choice. If she don't, she misses out. Here is Claudia Morcaro, and she just competed also at the show Italy. And, this is going to be her third show. And she also competed at Portugal Pro. So she has points. I think she's about 11 points, I believe, in this show. If she can get enough points, she has to crack. I think the show is only 5 or 6 points. And it may not be enough for her to get an Olympic qualification. We have here Nadia Campos from Paraguay. And she also competed at the Portugal show. And she's been competing for a long time. I actually saw a picture of her. She competed a show with Andy Freitas in Brazil. So she's been competing for a long time, at least almost 20 years. We have Miss AB here, and she's where she got her maiden name Santos. So let's say we go by name Santos, so I don't have to butcher it too much. She's done Portugal, she's done the show in Brazil, she's done the Europa show, and she's now going to do Romania. She's already qualified by winning the show in Spain. I would love to see do some more shows in the States. Maybe we can get her to do that. Maybe she, like I said, the cost of, it's one thing is it's hard to get in the States. It's hard for a lot of competitors to get to America unless you get a visa and if you don't have any kind of criminal record. That's the thing is about that. But is she going to make it to Olympia? I don't know. It's all up to how things are going to go. Here we have a lady who I'm a fan of, the lovely, like I said, lovely chocolate Latina, and that is one Miss Yacia Garcia Speck. And she has done 3 shows. This is going to be her 3rd show this year. She has competed at the Portugal show. She had competed at the Europa show this weekend. And this is going to be her 2nd time competing at the Romania Musclefest. She competed last year, and that's when she switched over from physique to women's bodybuilding and the big man weekend. She does have a good amount of points. She has to, if she can, like I said, crack into the top 3, but most definitely I feel like she has to win this show. But I love her physique, great lines. I just love her, And we have here is a lady who a while back I remember seeing her at Puerto Rico last year. And Nina Pulpa mentioned that she had those good round muscle bellies, and they want and feel like she could be female women's bodybuilder. Even you follow her on social media. I mentioned it on my when I was on my own account that you're thinking about going women's bodybuilding. She liked my comment, and this is one Miss Esanema Zorazito. I'll call her Miss Isma. Out of respect, because those Brazilian names are very long and difficult. And she did the show in Brazil, which placed second to Natalia Coelho. And now she's doing all the women's bodybuilding. But I think with her, I see her as a dark horse. She has great muscle development. She's very attractive. If the judges like her, she could possibly win the show. She might shock somebody. Now, one person who needs to do this show, who most definitely needs to do this show, is Mona Persaleh. Mona needs to jump on a plane, get her paperwork signed, and take it. She made some money. She made like $5,000 from Best Poser, and then what money she got from taking fifth at the Rising. I think she got maybe $5,000 for fifth place, I believe. I'm trying to remember. So that's $10,000. That's enough money by itself to take and go to Romania. That's what she should do because she has 19 points. Like, think about it. If somebody who already has, oh, let's say, we're looking at the one who named Who Not Speak has 19 points already. Her and Mona tie. If she gets any more points, she'll push. Most definitely she'll push. Michelle Jen out of the top spot. And then if let's say, see who else has it's gonna be close. If anybody else has enough points where they can push her out, then I think the top three is gonna be her name we do not speak, Michelle Jen, and Mona. So if I'm Mona, I wouldn't sit on just these points. I think she'd try. Could win the show. She placed fourth a couple years ago, but she could win the show. This could be the show that will earn her second Olympic qualification. Also, a lady who just competed over the weekend, that was Tia Flex from South Africa. And, her whole name, I cannot say well. I'll start saying eventually. But Tiana, she should do the show. She can, I know she has points from the show in Spain, which is, I think, was 8 points. And I believe she has some points from some other shows. I try to remember if I can, pull it up. But she should do this show, possibly maybe win it. But the person she lost to is going to do the show. So if she can't beat her, there's a chance that's why she's not doing the show. So we might see her compete next year. Maybe even come to the States and compete. I think. So we had the list for women's physique, and this is a long list. Oh, what I should have did was made 2 separate videos. But I want to save time and didn't want to do back and forth like this, so I just want to save time. Now, like I said, I'm gonna go through it really fast because a lot of these ladies, names I don't know that well, and many of them I just don't know much about. But right up here we have is Brigitta from Austria. She also did the Europa show last weekend. We have here Sienna Bulit from Turkey, Amy Chester from Ireland. We have is Larissa Cueto from Brazil, Faye Simone Ellis from Great Britain. I reached out to her about doing an interview. She said once she does this show in Romania, we'll talk about it. And you know what? She reminds me of one of my favorite bodybuilders back in the day, Rosemary Jennings. The complexion, the build. She reminds me of Rosemary. That stocky, great physique. I mean, just wow. And if you follow me on Facebook, I have a channel called For the Love of Rosemary Jennings. I'm a big fan of Rosemary Jennings. She reminds me of her. So I hope we do an interview sometime soon. Right here we have is from Russia, Miss Julio Chesviz. Oh, sorry, I want to say Miss Julio. It's Julio. I'm just gonna say her name like Miss Julio. It's Julia, but when you're Russian, it's the J's like a Y. So she just did the on the UK show. So I think she placed the top 5 of that show. I think she's at 3rd or 2nd. I'm trying to remember. We have is Karina Gonalves, from Spain. Modesta Halabib from Denmark. I did a video about Odessa. She's been competing in the show. First time she competed, she missed the opportunity, at Romania, to get her qualification. And then when she made her debut, she competed at the Europa show last year, which is about 2 years ago, and she missed it by getting 3rd place. So that was when they took the top 2 at that show to compete at the Olympia. Then we have is Nadia Harrigas. I want to say her name. She's Honduras. Savania from UK. I'm not gonna say her last name. I'm gonna mess it up. We have is Banjombor. I followed her on IG. Been talking to her a good bit. She's a big fan of the Joker. Amazing physique. She's been wanting to compete for a long time, especially coming to the States. She was planning a few years ago, but then cost of traveling, all of that. But now she has decided to do this show in Romania. Maybe we should do some more shows. We hope to see her in the future. We have Janetta Johansson, another Swede. She just did a show in Europa. She took second place to the current champion of that show, and that is Raduca Raluca. We have here one Miss. I'm not gonna say her name. It's it's too long. If you look at you find it later. If you watch the show, it's Utah, the first part of it, but the rest of it's a lot long. We got Christina Krisma. I would say Miss Christina. She's also from Austria. Another Austrian, Miss Lisa. Sophie Leo from France, and Sophie's been doing pretty good. She did the UK show for the Arnold's Classic, and also she did the Europa show this weekend. So she looks pretty impressive. We have Miss Laura from UK, the champion of the Europa Championship, Miss Luka Waduka from Romania. So this is in her own backyard. This is in her hometown. So if she wins qualification. She wins 2 shows in 1 year, meaning she wins a qualification and wins this show. And she competed last year as bodybuilder, but we switched back to women's physique. We have a lady I couldn't find anything on. Her name was Ardina Orolod from Brazil. Another Brazilian, Carolina Alvarez Santos. She's been in the show before. She leads in points right now. I think she took 4th at the Europa show. So, I remember this is the one where she, made a Olympic qualification last year, but couldn't make it because of visa issues. I mean, it's just tough luck. We have Miss Marina also from Spain. Miss Vanessa from Spain, a lot of Spaniards. Jessica Sistrom from Germany. Now, Jessica turned pro in 2020, and I think this is going to be her pro debut. She's very social media popular. This is Miss Anita Tyke. I think Trike. I don't want to see her name. She's from the UK. Miss Magdala from Poland. Miss Marina Wartel from the Netherlands. And Maria is a tall lady. I think she's probably going to be one of the tallest women in the show. I think she might be even taller than Irene. Irene, at least, I think about 5'7". I think this woman's almost 6 feet tall. She's she's a tall woman. And Miss Angela Wickelman from Germany. So congratulations. That was, like I said, this is a long video. I didn't mean to be this long, but like I said, I felt like it was easier just to put it on one video and then just make another video, and I just sometimes. But anyway, this is a good show. One thing I have a problem is the cover right here. Why is not Nadia Capasota on the cover instead of this? I think they got look like a figure girl and a wellness girl. Nadia won this show. I think whoever made this cover, I'm gonna make my old cover, and when I finish this video and post it on here, I'm not gonna. I'll post it later because, like I said, I gotta work on it. But in my cover, Nadia should be on here. Nadia, not the bodybuilding guy. I don't know why. We all know men's bodybuilders in another day's show, but but anyway, the show is gonna be on the main. The show is gonna start the 11th. That's what it's gonna be tomorrow. The main show, I think the main show is going to be the 13th. That's the pro show, and the amateur show is the 12th. So it's that show where the 12th is the show that's qualified for for Olympic qualification and also for pro qualification. Yes, that's what the first show. I say, what I'm talking about. I've been so busy, working on this thing. My head's swimming. But anyway, the first show is on the 12th, which is NPC Worldwide Pro Qualifier, and the main show is going to be that Sunday. So the 13th. So if you want to check it out, I will leave this description. The pay-per-view. It looks like it's reasonable. You want to check out the amateur show, who's going to be amateurs coming in, and you want to check out the up-and-coming pros, watch it. Support the bodybuilding. Support the sport. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan. Right now, like I said, I can't be spending too much. I got my car, I got to get worked on. So, yeah, I might have to miss this show. But I want to wish all support these ladies. I think some ladies should take opportunity. Like, I remember my last year that when she competed last year, that more American competitors should go out of the country. Some people don't, it costs some money to do it. But if you can afford to do it, then do it. You never want to miss opportunity because, like I said, this is the last show for Olympic qualification, the very last. And I think you should try to jump on before you lose this chance. So anyway, much respect to Lena Pope, much respect to all the ladies and gentlemen who competed in this show, and good luck to all. And we should be on our George page, aka the Emperor from Body Talk. Like, don't subscribe. I'm out.